Club, Jess Hilarious was hired to eventually replace Angela Yee. I don't know why y'all believe that she's better than Angela Yee. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Angela Yee fan, and I will continue to say that Lip Service is by far the worst podcast I've ever seen from somebody that has that clout. Angela Yee is a terrible podcaster. All of her stuff that she produces, it sucks. It's a very low value investment. I mean, how do you leave The Breakfast Club to go start your own stuff, and y'all think she had that before? It's trash. I'm sorry. This is trash. Nobody watches that. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. Angela is terrible. Awful, no investment, dusty. I cannot continue to talk about that. Awful! All right, now let's get to the other point about Jess Hilarious. Jess Hilarious becomes the replacement for Angela Yee eventually, and then gets pregnant, moves to New York, gets pregnant, has a baby, okay? By a bro guy. She is then, that segment that she does is filled in by Lauren LaRosa, Jess with the mess, okay? Now, Lauren LaRosa is more articulate than Jess Hilarious. Jess Hilarious is not educated. He can like barely read and all that. But you know, Lauren LaRosa comes from the TMZ background, researches content, more prepared for the show. So while Lauren LaRosa may not be able to curate a show on her own or build an audience on her own, but on The Breakfast Club, she's a better fit than Jess Hilarious. And then Jess Hilarious, you know, YouTubers, content creators, we watch the comment section and we see what people are saying. So this really got to her, okay? And one of the people that pointed out how bad Jess Hilarious was is Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb could not miss the opportunity to call her less hilarious, okay?
And now I heard about her up at the Breakfast Club.
She done got it.
Well, this is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So she got that job, and I always said she wasn't talented.
Been saying that for a while.
She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards. And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Who did they bring in?
Homegirl from she used to be on TMZ.
Yeah. She has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The girl who is Lauren. That girl know what she doing. She knows how to fit in with Charlamagne and the other guy, DJ Envy. It's like it's seamless when she there.
Right.
It's the talent. The talent shows out. And then Les Hilarious ain't even reading right. And now she had a job where all she had to do was deliver the news. She had a segment on The Breakfast Club. The other girl who has experience and talent at this job took her segment. Right. Not because she tried to, it's just you saw somebody who's talented. And then you see, read that, Les Hilarious.
And stood in for her when she took off maternity leave.
When she stood in for... Les Hilarious, you should have had your baby on camera at the Breakfast Club. Because they brought in somebody who is talented. And you could say I'm dissing, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to act like I'm hating. I'm not hating. You don't got the it. Your segment could have been good if you knew how to deliver it right. But now they got somebody doing your segment better than you, and it's just flawless. It's effortless. And the girl tried to be your friend, and everybody could see you ain't trying to be her friend.
Audio yesterday. Hold up, be quiet. How everybody a real estate agent? How everybody?
Because a lot of the wags do that.
Rihanna for a long time.
Her outfit mattered.
No, listen, hush. This is not a no, Lauren. No, just listen. Just please hush. This is not a Taylor Swift football game situation.
So I want to say to old girl Lauren, I hope that you get the job, and I hope Les Hilarious has to open up an OnlyFans with that bionic body that she bought through robbing the people, perpetrating talent.
So once that happened, Jess Hilarious did a response. She blamed The Breakfast Club, went after The Breakfast Club for not defending her. She has a contract. I don't know if she will be back now. I'm pretty sure the ratings were up. Her and Lauren LaRosa eventually had words after that, but she had some particular words for Corey Holcomb.
Corey ain't saying nothing that ain't nobody else saying. It's just that he don't like me. He already don't like me. So it's like, all right, he gonna pack it on. You know, I have a failed date with Jess because I done had a failed date with his ass. Trust and believe. Still hurt that I wouldn't accept his apology. Still hurt. That's on him. Still hurt. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's alright. He'll be alright. You know what I mean? But I don't care. Y'all gonna hear me. I don't do that. The problem is communication. Yeah. It been that. You rich Jess, who cares? I care. I still care. Because it's still about policy and protocol and it's principles. Like, nah. The shit that Corey said it's been said. It's been being said. You feel me?
So could it go?
You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm not. So, like, I'm not gonna be quiet. Nah, I'll be at work tomorrow. And if a badge don't work, sayonara. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is.
Now, these particular words for Corey Holcomb is interesting for me. And why is it interesting? I said because, you know, she's never addressing what he's talking about, okay? He's just mad at me. He's just upset that I don't want to deal with him anymore. Then she proceeds to go and address everybody else, okay? She addresses everybody else and admits that, hey, I have a problem reading. I'm not that good. So basically, you go on the show and then you argue about how you've been felt that you've been left out. And basically, you bring up everything that he talks about in the upcoming episode on The Breakfast Club. And then try to act like Corey Holcomb is just hating on you. Well, the reality is, Jess, you are in entertainment. All of us, some at a larger magnitude, you're on The Breakfast Club, which is a large syndicated radio show based out of New York, but through all across the world, people love The Breakfast Club. Everything that Corey Holcomb is saying, people have said it. Poetic Flacco has said it. I've said it. People in the comment section are saying it. You do got some supporters, but you're not addressing what he's talking about, and you're acting like you need to go on the road and book shows. That's why you're never there. Well, that's why they're going to get rid of your ass, and you're not going to be as relevant as you were on the show. And that is exactly why, and I'm going to spin this, I'm going to tell you this from my own personal experience. I find it more difficult working with women in entertainment than men. I'm going to be just honest. I've worked with female producers, and I'm not talking about my celebrity junk stuff, but I'm talking about in the podcast world, the dating show world, the men that are going to be...
Just chiming in, guys. This is the Celebrity Junk with O'Shea Duke Jackson. O'Shea Duke Jackson, go ahead and support his YouTube channel. He said, I'm going to go ahead and be dishonest. I think he meant to say honest. He said, I'm going to go ahead and be dishonest, but, you know, a lot of stuff is on the fly. There's no perfect YouTubers. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Hit the thumbs up button.
Be there. They're going to show up. They're going to contribute. This is my experience. I'm not saying that this is all women because it's not. But I've noticed that the problematic pieces of the puzzle typically come from the people who don't contribute as much. Let's use Angela Yee. Angela Lee got a problem with The Breakfast Club. Boom, boom, boom. This. Charlamagne, DJ Envy. They still there. They're still rocking. Angela Yee leaves. Produces the worst podcast on God's green earth. Terrible. Angela Yee, the worst thing that she could do, in my opinion, was to go out on her own. Because now she was exposed. I mean, she's terrible, right? And Jess Hilarious is also saying the same thing. Don't get me wrong. You know, she makes some good points because they are gaslighting her, but that's the industry. She's not wrong in everything that she's saying. But Jess Hilarious seems to have a problem with the fact that you had a baby. That's your right. And somebody is outperforming you on your own segment, and you don't move to a new city and on the biggest syndicated hip-hop show on planet Earth and think that somebody's not gunning for your job and blame other people than yourself. And what they need to do, and I'm going to tell you one thing that has to happen. If it's not Lauren LaRosa, tell you what you do. Get a guy and put him there. Problem solved. Or not as much is a problem. Because a guy is going to appreciate that opportunity. I think it will be Lauren, right? Lauren will be a good fix. But you have that issue in the Breakfast Club. If it's not Angela Yee, then it's just hilarious. They're trying to make it, oh, well, why you don't have a woman up there? Okay, fine. Put a guy up there. I bet you he ain't gonna be complaining. And I'm not saying that women always complain, but you see a lot of times and I'm talking about as soon as, you know, they start doing a little bit better, I've noticed in the entertainment industry, like, how are you getting there and causing the most problems? I've seen it on my own podcast that I have. I've seen it on my dating show, where dating show hosts come in and then have producers have problems. And you're like, but the production team ain't got problems. Then you thinking like, well, I could just show up whenever I want. The guys never do that. Right. It never happens. Doing whatever you want is a thing I've seen in the industry that I see that is more happens with women than happens with men, because we know the consequence of what's going to happen. Yo, you're fired. If a guy goes out there and makes the same rant that Just Hilarious did, they're going to get rid of him. You can't do that with women, though. No, you want to finish the contract out, okay? Then once it renew, okay, now your ass is up out of there. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not like what Corey was saying she could refute. She couldn't refute. Just Hilarious don't got talent. She's hood, she's abrasive, she's loud, but ain't nothing about Just Hilarious funny. She's less hilarious, like you said. She is not funny at all. I'm sorry. No, she's not. So guys, what do you think you should put O'Shea Jackson back at it again with an episode of Let's Learn?
I never seen shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. I never seen her stand up before though. You know, have y'all ever seen any of her stand up before? I've never seen any of her stand up. I think wasn't she on wasn't Just Hilarious? Wasn't she on that one show with Nick Cannon? When Nick Cannon had what's the name of it? It's a show that she did with what's it? Wildin' Out. I think she was on Wildin' Out. I think that's where she started from. I think, right? Cause that's like her. Yeah, I was like, well, what did she do? I thought maybe she was a rapper or some shit. I don't know why I thought she was a rapper, but I didn't know that she was a comedian. But I was like, I ain't never seen her stand up. But you know, so I guess she does stand up. I ain't never seen it before. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I don't follow her on social media. Maybe she put some of her clips, because a lot of times these comedians put their clips. Is my mic on? Yeah. A lot of times these comedians put clips up of some of their stand up, so you can see what they do. You know what I'm saying? I know Ari Spears does it, and a couple other comedians, like, they'll take clips of their actual stand-up when they on the road, and you can see exactly, you know, which is actually a good marketing tool if you want people to go out and buy tickets to see your shit. You know, people can, oh, okay, it's a sample of what he's going to do in person. I think I'll buy a ticket, which is, you know what I'm saying? I know that's a good way to sell tickets if you're a performer. I think that's, give them a little sample of what you do, you know? That would entice the motherfuckers to want to come out and support you, you know? But, yeah, she is kind of, I think she's out of her element. Just Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And she's being exposed. They brought the Lauren girl in when she was on leave, and people were like, oh, shit, she's much better, you know? You have to be able to read through things and do your research, you know what I mean? I don't think that, she seemed like she was very unprepared, you know, when she would be on. I don't know. That's what I gather. But anyway, what do y'all think about this video, man? Leave your comments and subscribe to Charles and Nez World. Hit the thumbs up button.